In this video I want to show you how we roll and cut pasta dough. So we've got our dough here that we made earlier. It's been rested in the fridge for at least 30 minutes and we're just going to cut this into manageable sized pieces. That partly depends on your pasta machine. If you're using a bigger, heavier duty machine, you can use larger pieces of pasta to start with. But we're just going to flatten the dough out a little bit. And I've taken this down into 4 bits. And we're just going to start rolling this through the machine. And as we pull it through, we're then going to fold it in half and turn it around through 90 degrees. And it's a question of just repeating this until the texture of the dough sort of changes. I think you can see there that it's quite marbled at the moment and the texture's quite rough. And what you'll end up with is something that's much smoother, very silky. So it's just a question of keep working it, turning it, folding it, and putting it back through the machine. Just partly depends what you want to do with the dough, whether you're doing filled doughs or cut doughs. For me, for a cut dough, a tagliatelle or a pappardelle, that's about the right thickness. So I'm just going to then split that dough into 2. And we've got the cutters on the back of the machine here, so you just need to move the handle across. Before you actually cut, that little bit more flour, just so that it doesn't stick when you actually cut it. So we're going to feed that into the rollers now. And what I'm going to do is pick that up as it comes out so that it drapes over my fingers. A little bit of semolina flour just helps it to stop sticking. And then our second sheet, just to thin this one down to show you some hand-cut pappardelle. A little bit bigger piece of dough, so we've got a bit longer length of pasta here. Onto my board, I'm just going to neaten this up slightly. So just trim those ends off. And when you're trimming the edges, I find the easiest thing is a pizza wheel, and then you can just run along, trim those edges up. A little bit more flour, and then just fold the dough over into a loose sausage like that. And I'd say we're looking at about 4 strips on this width of pasta for a nice pappardelle. And then just unravel them, and you can see that they haven't stuck together, and that's our pappardelle.